guys, it's your favorite gold miner, prospector, and geologist, Jeff Williams. And today, I got you back here in the drift mine because a lot of you guys wrote in, you said, Jeff, we want to see some gold nuggets come out of that drift mine. I want to see some gold nuggets come out of this drift mine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back here into the operating drift, and we're gonna get this meaty dog right here. We're gonna blow this whole section out, and we're gonna prospect and millitech for gold nuggets. Does that sound good? So let me hear you say, yeah! Yeah! So let's get into it. See this? These are those clay seams. And they have gypsum crystals that precipitate out. And every now and then you get these nodules. Right here, see that? If you break them open, you can see how they precipitated out of the clay and they grew kind of like a geode. You get tons of gypsum crystals in here too that precipitate out. And then right above that, you've got all these nasty beds of caliche. Here's your coarse caliche beds, and then here's your fine caliche beds. It's like solid rock. And then up here, look at this sand. This is from the Colorado Plateau. Isn't that cool? And the problem is that all the gold nuggets are sitting underneath all of this stuff. I know, right? Making my job that much harder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on getting this stuff out, bring in some metal detectors, see if we can find any nuggets. And then along the way, I'll tell you more about the geology down here and why it looks the way it does. Because a lot of you guys wrote in and said, Jeff, how come you're not using timber down there? Well, right now I've got this hard caliche bed that's above my head, which is called the back, and it's so solid and rigid that I don't have to worry about collapse. It holds itself up nicely. Other areas of the drift mine, not so much. You got to timber it. Like this area here. See all the timber work we had to put in to support the back and the ribs? And if you look at the material, it's really, really crumbly. Look at this. I can literally dig it with my fingers. See that? Look at that. See how it's all coming apart? So that is why we had to put all this timber in here. You see that? Just gobs and gobs of timber work. Yeah, but it keeps the back off of our heads. You see that? Because without it, all this stuff would want to come down. And then when you go back here, you can see where it's not as bad. And you can see where the layers transition right here. See that? Soft. And then it gets into the caliche beds. See that? That's why you see us resting our post on top of these little pockets here, because all this is solid. It's pretty much solid. It's not going anywhere. It's from this particular bedding plane up that it gets really soft. So we had to put in timbering, all these sets and lagging. You see that? And because this is strong enough, we didn't feel the need to have a post that goes all the way down to the floor. And because the ground is so soft and trying to swell in, we had to space these about 3 feet apart just to keep the material from swelling in. Now, if you're going to do this, I highly recommend you using rough cut timber. Yeah, I know, enough jaw jacking, Jeff. Get back in there and get that stuff out. We want to see some gold nuggets. I want to see some gold nuggets. All right, let's get on back there to the working drift so we can see if we got any gold nuggets. Nice. So all of this has got to be taken out. That's got to be at least a cubic yard of material right there. I know it don't look like it, but it is. Remember, a lot of your compacted soils, dirts, and clays, they expand 33% when they're removed out of their original setting. So it'll actually be more material than it looks. Oh, and one more thing before I get started is, we had a few of you guys write in and say, Jeff, do you ever find fossils down here? Yeah, we find lots of them, especially over in the older workings. And at one point, we were just giving them all away because we were finding so many of them. Now, most of the gold nuggets are coming down off of this bedding plane here. See, that's a nice, healthy, solid caliche bed right there. You see that? And this stuff has to come out. But you can see that it's also very concentrated and very solid. It's got pockets of those caliche pods. See that? And then you've got red clays mixed in like that. So it makes digging really hard. And no, you can't blast it because all the energy goes into those softer pockets of sand and clay. So all the energy is absorbed and doesn't do much. The only way to actually make that work is if you overload your rounds, and that can get messy down here. Now, right about here is where I ask you what kind of music you want. And a lot of you guys say, Jeff, do you got anything else besides $6 Million Man? Well, I got the Bionic Woman and Wonder Woman if you want to hear that, but that's probably a better tune for my wife. So you're just gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup, because we're gonna get down to the funky sounds of the $6 Million Man, baby, yeah!
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first bionic man. Steve Austin will be that man. Better than he was before. Better. Stronger. Faster.
I tell you what, gold mining will test your metal every time. Woo, good thing I ate my Wheaties today, huh? Back here, this hole, this little tiny hole, created this big old pile right here. Yeah, I told you, it expands by about 30%. And that's gonna be a whole lot of fun finishing mucking all that out. So I just barely put a dent in it. I still got about 10 minecart loads before I can get this all cleaned out. So I just wanted you to see how much material is produced from digging just a little bit of hole. Imagine how much dirt came out of this entire drift mine. Thousands of cubic yards. All right, let's get the mine car back in there so we can muck. So much easier with a mine car. Kick switch. All right, here we go. That's about 350 pounds when it's full. Exact same cubic measurements as the skip bucket. We're working on trying to get an automatic mucking machine like an IMCO 12B down here, except a smaller version. Kind of like the ones that they use in Cooper Pedy in the opal fields out in Australia. They got the small electric ones that you can run in here. It would be nothing to put a hydraulic system together and then put it on the track and then muck it into these mine cars. And it would save me a whole lot of trouble. But if you guys got a better idea than I do, go ahead and leave me a comment down below, because this mucking, I'll tell you what, will test your metal. And if I could do it with a mucking machine, so much easier. Could you imagine doing this for 8 to 10 hours a day like the old timers did? Down there in the Comstock load, 3,000 feet down, 120 to 130 degree temp. Whoo, man, those guys were tough as nails. That's not hard at all. Yeah! All I gotta do is get electric tram in here, I'm good to go. Apron up out of the way. That looks pretty full, about 350 pounds. If you think this is hard, you should try doing hard rock mining. Oh man, that's like 10 times harder than this. And if you want to see somebody who does it on a regular basis, I'm gonna refer you over to Mule Skinner Miner. I'll leave a link down below. He's a good old boy and he works in the 16:1 mine. And he's been in there for quite a while and he's got some good stories to tell.
We're going to shoot the lower section of the pillar out. All the pillars gone right there. Look at that. And our lens is still there.
Really?
There we go. Yeah, that was around. Right there. Is what they call a Mancha trammer. These are lead acid batteries tied to a DC motor with worm drive on either end, so it's all-wheel drive electric locomotive. And attached to it today is a 1-ton car, 1-ton side dump car. All right, first thing, you want to make sure parking brake is on, our controls are in neutral, and our battery switch is off. So that should be number one. Make sure your battery switch is off. You step in, control is in neutral, release your parking brake, engage your battery, your lights, let everybody know you're going to move. If you go push away from you, you go in one general direction, and if you pull towards you, you're going towards you or the other way. Now the fun part. That's the dump pocket. And it's looking a little choked up right now.
So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab the old VLF and we're gonna start checking all this before we advance forward, see if we got any nuggets. Sound good to you? But I ain't gonna do nothing until you smash that like button. Smash that hard!
Let me say it out loud.
I'm gonna get that gold too. All right, let's get the old VLF. Get on back in there. Get some. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll put that there. Not there. Yeah, it looks pretty good now. I can almost stand up in here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Power on. That's my shoe. All right, ground balance. Let's see what we got. This stuff is solid rock right in here. What was that? That's my I found a battery. Look how red that is. See that? Oh, that's nice. I don't think anything's up here, but I'll check it anyway. There's a contact zone there. See that? That hurts something. Could be iron. That's not bad. Let's see what the detector said. That's not bad at all. All right, let me set this camera down. Yeah, definitely right there. I'm gonna use the hammer drill. Oh, I turned it off. Dang it. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. It's still in there. Okay. Wow, it's still in the hole. No, it's still in there. Wow, still in the hole? That thing must be huge. Oh, good, it's out of the hole. All right, where's my spoon? Where's my spoon? All right, let's get in there. Find it together, guys. Let's find it together. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Where is it? Right there. That's what I'm talking about. You little sucker. All right. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, it's in my hand. Oh, did you hear that? I heard something. Hold still. Okay. Ooh, I heard it again. But I don't see anything. Do you see anything? Let me get my glove off. Is that it? No. Is that it? No. Oh, there it is. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, you can see the gold coming through. Oh, nice. Oh, right there. Right there. You can see where the gold is coming through right there. Nice. That is what it's all about. That is a nice chunk of gold. I wanted a 5-ouncer, but this one will do. Ooh, and he's got some rough pieces on him too, and some quartz. That means the source is nearby. And you know, if there's one, there's gotta be more. Ooh, let's go check that hole and see if there's any more, baby, yeah! There's another one! Oh yeah, I told you, where there's one, there's more. Where there's one, there's more. gonna be hard one-handed. Let's try this. See if I see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, we'll put him there. And ooh, wouldn't that be nice? Or that one, yeah. Nope. 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 Oh, come on. Where are you? I know I heard it. Oh, he's over there. He's over there. He's over there. He's over there. Come on. The heck? Where are you? I just heard it. Where are you? Ah! Wow, that's loud. Okay, here we go. One-handed, baby, one-handed. That's loud. That is really loud. How do I know there's nothing in this hand? I'll put him there. Yeah. Is that him? Is that him, huh? Ah, look how big he is. Wait a minute, let's check the rest. Look at that monker. Now that is a chunk of gold, baby. Yeah. Yeah. I told you where there's one, there's more. You can see the gold coming through it on too, right there. See the gold? See the gold peeking through? Yeah! I told you. That's why you always check your holes more than one time, because there might be another nugget hiding in there. Oh, and then you run everything through a dry wash or a wash plant, because usually their family's hanging out with them too. And that's what I'm gonna do here is I'll take all this stuff that's around this and I'll run it through a wash plant, because I know there's gotta be more. So much more. And you can see the gold coming through. It's all beautiful with quartz. Oh, mama. And they said I was crazy for digging this hole 50 feet underground. Who's crazy now? I gotta check it again. Because, you know, there might be some more. Yeah, 2 nuggets, baby. You can't beat that. Not even with a stick. That's fantastic, because that tells me we're on the right path. And I knew my wife was right when she said go to the right, don't go to the left. And that's why we're going to the right, because that's where all the nuggets are. And I know the 5 ouncer is right around the corner. Ooh, I can feel it in me balls. Like. Now we're gonna run the rest of that stuff through the wash plant. And of course, we're gonna give these nuggets away too. Oh, and a lot of guys said they wanted to see what the wash plant looks like. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. And then, I'm gonna show you how you can get your hands on this, because that's right, we're giving this stuff away. But I'm not gonna do anything till you smash that like button, smash it hard. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. I said I wish somebody would help me. You gotta get that thing running right now. We're running out of gold. We're losing gold right now. I don't know, but right where my finger is. See him? This is doing its job. Oh, and there's another one right. Oh, look, a specimen. Look. See the quartz? Wow. Ooh, and there's another one right there. Wow, there's gold all over in this box. Just gobs and gobs of it. There must be 100 pieces of gold in there. And look at all that black sand and all that gold. There's just, ooh, that's a thin, leafy piece. Look at that long, chunky one. Wow, that was some good looking gold, huh? And you saw those nuggets? And we're gonna be giving away at the end of this month. But not only that, we also are gonna be giving away 10 bags of pay dirt from our drift mine as well. These are the richest bags of pay dirt you'll ever see in your life. And every bag of pay dirt comes with a 1-ounce silver bar. That's incredible. We're also giving away a brand new Gold Monster 1000 metal detector at the end of the month as well. Ooh, you can't beat that, not even with a stick. And I'll see you on the next video.